Hey, this is the superhero lover here, man. Just got to talk real quick just about the state of the African American community. With all the murders just recently in Philadelphia, then all the violence, the projections, demands, slash projections, unresearched projections that create unrealistic expectations for individuals to live up to, or place demands for them to live up to. It's just crazy out here, man. And I just want to say this, and I want you to understand. Everybody's not going to hear, and I'm going to say a few things that everybody may not like, and it's okay, because these are uncomfortable conversations are necessary. We have to become comfortable with having uncomfortable conversations. We don't like to talk about things, and we don't like to hear. We're not quick to hear what the other party or other side is saying and then try to empathize with their disposition, regardless of whether or not we agree and or disagree. I at least have to be able to hear you out long enough to be able to understand where you and I started to break down with regard to what it is we believe. Come back. I'm doing something. My kids. So we got to talk about the communities, and we have to understand what we're looking at. I say it like this: you are not a product of your community, but rather your community is a reflection of the attitudes of approach and the attitudes of behavior of the individuals residing in it that you choose to be around and refuse to leave. If you don't like where you are, then move. Now, a lot of you say that's probably easier said than done, but I want to just explain the first part. You are not a product of your community. I was watching a show on YouTube, and they were just going into the roughest neighborhoods across the country. They went to Memphis. We've been hearing a lot about Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee in particular. They came to Atlanta, Decatur. They went to Philadelphia. One of the young men that was on there, he was talking. He actually got murdered not too long after that. And all I kept hearing the young men say is, I don't have any other choice. The option of choice has never been withdrawn from you. You always have a choice. And it's interesting because there are individuals who say that this is the life that this is the life, or this is the card that they've been dealt with regard to the life that they have to live. I don't agree with that, because other people, probably worse off than you, have found themselves in the same situation and were able to escape because they made a choice. Things may not be the way we want them, but we have to learn how to use the things that we don't like as the motivation to get us to the places where we desire to be. We have to have enough faith to understand that faith sometimes will allow our feet to walk into places or will allow us to walk into places where our feet would have never gone before. So we have to recalculate, and we have to change some ideas and some things that we have going on in our mind. And there are just a few things that I'm going to share with you today, because I think it's important. But yeah, our communities, it's the people. So who are you hanging around? Who are you? Now, I want to talk about this very quickly, because it's interesting how people say the community. It's the people in it. Just like we used to say, we'd be at a club and the next day they would have church. Well, we say it's the people in it, the people there that make it what it is. Well, it's the same way in our communities. And let me explain. Gentrification is a very key word, because I see that happening all around Atlanta. Gentrification is simple. It's when people go into a area where the character of the individuals in that area is not the best. Usually urban areas, usually poor, impoverished areas, people who they like that, because the less expensive something is, the easier it is to purchase. So to go into these areas, they see that because you devalue the wealth of the property depending on the character and the attitude of approach of the people around you and you. They do that with the housing market. They have something called comps. So if I want to revitalize a house, or I want to, do a house over, it's a house that's torn down, it's not any good. It's so what I would have to do in order for me to sell my selling point for the house, I would have to go look at the properties around it, and I would have to base the price for the resale of the house after I finish, renovating it. I would have to sell it based on the comps, the prompts, or the comps, the prices of the houses around it. So the value of those houses, the value of your house is dependent upon the value of those houses. I say all that to say it's the individuals in there. So gentrification basically deals with wealthy people coming in and buying property at a low cost. Then, now watch this, I said wealthy people, I didn't say a wealthy person. So that means there's a collaboration of people coming together, coming to purchase something. They buy it, and then what they do is they elevate the price, because supply and demand simply says if it's in high demand, then I should be able to supply it at whatever the cost and or demand is based on the people that are coming. Well, that's key in life, because if the value of the property, anytime you don't value what it is you have, it loses value. So the demand for it is low because nobody wants it. The lower the demand, the easier it is to purchase. So we have so many areas in our communities that are just not worth it. And I'm not saying that the individuals are not worth it, but I want to tell you some things that you ain't gonna like. But people don't care. People don't care. And we just don't care. People don't care, especially our people. We don't care. It's always this notion that you're this, you're that. If I don't have what it is you have, even though I didn't work to obtain it, there's something wrong with you, not something wrong with me. And I want to do everything in my power to obtain what it is you got based on your effort, because I'm unwilling to put in the effort to obtain what it is I need or what it is I want, the pursuit. There is no, a lot of us want to pursue after things, but we don't have the integrity or the discipline after we've obtained it to be able to maintain what it is we have been able to gather. And that's where that wealth, being rich doesn't mean wealthy. We like looking rich without having the discipline and integrity to maintain our wealth or to obtain wealth. We like looking like we have without actually having the character necessary in order for us to go beyond looking like it and actually embodying the reality of what it really is, and then passing that down from one generation to the next generation. One of the things I want to do is build a bridge, because we don't see that, in our communities. We see the older gentleman looking like the younger gentleman, and then we wonder why. I say gentlemen, we wonder why the younger generation doesn't look up to the older generation, because I see guys who are older outside of their era, anachronistic. You're lifting something, you're lifting yourself outside of the context that you were originally in and trying to place yourself in a new context, trying to be what it is you were supposed to be in another era. You're not him anymore. It's over. You're disqualified. And now it's a time for you to walk in the wisdom that you're supposed to walk in and be an example to the younger generation below you, but behind you. Not below you, but behind you. We can't do that because now the younger kids are saying, you're too busy trying to look like me. Why should I look up to you when you're too busy trying to look like me? You're not giving me anything to look up to, anything to aspire to be. So now they're learning through trial and error, and now they don't know how to learn. They don't know how to deal with conflict. They don't know how to deal with issues. They don't know how to do. This is where the violence comes in. This is where the theft comes in. And we wonder why our communities are undervalued. Why? Because it's the mindset. And I want you to understand this. There's only one way to freedom, and God is the only way to freedom. I think slave masters did an awesome job. Some of y'all are like, what are you talking about? They did an awesome job with this particular concept. And I'm going to explain it to you. So if I can get you to hate, I want you to listen. If I can get you to hate, literally hate, through misunderstanding, through manipulation, if I can get you or coerce you to believe that the only God that can deliver you from up under the oppression that I have placed upon you, if that God has sanctioned from me, authorized from me to rule over you, to usurp your authority or your ability, the authority with which you have to freely choose to serve him or to live life. If I can get you to believe that, then I don't have to shackle you. Because what I want to do is I'm going to get you to shackle yourself, and all I'm going to do is sit back and watch. Manipulating the scriptures over the years has been the problem. The problem is the truth, regardless of whether or not you feel like it's far away from you or near you. The truth is the truth. The truth is always near you. The only problem is the truth becomes conflicted The truth is the truth. If there's an accident outside, God forbid it happens, but I've been where there's been a car accident, and I saw what happened. The truth of the fact is, whatever happened, happened. It doesn't matter which angle I saw it from. Even if I saw it from a different angle, I saw it from a different perspective. But the fact of the matter is, it still happened. Well, that's the same thing. We look at things from different points of view and different perspectives, and how we tell the story may be different, but it'll always lead back to the truth. The truth is the truth. You can't conflict it. But a lot of us don't spend enough time doing the research in order for us to understand what the truth is. And one of the things we've lost here is our mind, our mentality, the right mind. It says, be not conformed to the way of the world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. The key is renew. Your mind has to continuously be renewed. Because in this thing, the most stable thing that you and I have in this world is God. God is stable. He's the only anchor that does not continuously change. Immutability means unchanging. It doesn't matter, and you can change into the wrong thing. I always tell people evolution is the concept that we need to begin to embody, because evolution means I'm just in the process of becoming through the course of time or throughout the duration of my life. I'm just in the process of becoming the butterfly that rises up out of the caterpillar. I'm becoming that. I'm becoming what I already am. It's just hidden inside of me. The world is supposed to pull out of you or place a demand so that you begin to pull out of yourself, or you begin to evolve out of that caterpillar state and become what it is, the beautiful butterfly that you're supposed to be. And all of us have the potential to become that, but not all of us think that way. So what we do is we think change is the truth. We don't understand that evolution and change are not the same thing. Because change, you can change into anything. You can become whatever it is you want when it comes to change, because change is predicated on adaptation. I'm adapting to what it is. And sometimes I adapt to the situation, and the situation causes me to become something I'm not, to accommodate the agenda that is set out behind it. And that's what we begin to do. But evolution means I continuously become myself. Paul said, no matter what situation I find myself in, I've learned therewith how to continuously be myself. No matter if I have a lot, if I have a little, I have food, I don't have food, no matter what situation I find myself in, I've continuously learned how to be comfortable with being me without compromising the integrity of who it is I am. I say that all the time, but don't compromise who you are. We have compromised who it is we are. We don't know who we are in the presence of other people. Other people don't know who they are in the presence of us. So now we have people looking at each other, don't nobody know who they are, and everybody's trying to become whatever it is that fits the situation. And this is where we get that particular example. I'm a product of my environment. You're not a product of your environment. You can be better. You can use the issues in your environment to become better than what it is you were. You can push yourself forward. And we have to fight. So we have to bridge, we have to build a gap. Let me say this first thing. First thing, everybody's not going to be able to go with us. I'm just going to be honest with you. There's going to be a remnant of folk that can go and some that can. I'm talking specifically to the African American community. Everybody in the African American community is not poor. We have some wealthy people in our communities. Everybody is not ignorant. Nobody is saying that. Every man is not misogynistic. Every man is not a dog. Every woman is not a, every girl is not on. So we have to understand that. I'm going to say this as well. Every Caucasian person during the time of slavery was not racist. So we cannot look at the next generation of people that have come after the previous generations and place on them the demand to make up for what it is, their family did. That's not fair. It's not fair for anybody to place upon me the sins of my father and expect for me to make up for what it is my father did. Am I saying that they're there? Yeah, they could be present. But the fact of the matter is, all of us have an opportunity to make a choice. All of us have an opportunity to move in a direction that best benefits us. So we have to make sure we understand everybody can't go. Everybody's not going to be able to go. There are going to be some casualties of war, some people that are not going to be able to get to the next level because some people are going to be unwilling to do what it takes to get to that place. Change your mind. Read, research, get off social media all the time. Stop looking at everybody else. Do the things that it is you need to do. As you get older, because I'm getting older, I understand now that it is my responsibility to bridge the gap, to build that bridge that allows the older generation to move back and reach the other generation so that we can have these dialogues and conversations between each other. We need to have conversations, man. We're not talking. We're not They don't want to hear what it is we have to say. So we have to posture them in a position where we have to be patient enough to be able to allow them to echo their feelings, their sentiments, the different struggles and things that they go through, which will create us with opportunities to share with them. Yeah, we went through some similar things. We're not that different. The only difference is you have social media. So a lot of the stuff that you do is more easily exposed. We have cameras so people can see what it is you do, and it can be posted. So your downfall can be a lot different than ours because we didn't have as much as you had back then. So we need to have a heart for them, but at the same time, they have to have a heart for us. So we have to be able to listen to each other, and everybody's not going to be willing to listen. So we have to bridge that gap. The next thing we have to do is take accountability. It's time out for you wanting to tell somebody else what to do, but you yourself are not doing it. The best advertisement that you can give to somebody is you. Show them healing. You can't tell somebody to heal in an area where you haven't healed, or to obtain something that you haven't obtained. Show them healing. Walk with them. Don't allow everybody in. We gotta be honest with yourself. Honesty. We got a lot of illegals. I'm not talking about illegal immigrants. We got a lot of illegal, phony rich people. I've seen some fraudulent activity where people are pretending to be something they're not. So we got a lot of illegal rich people pretending to be wealthy, but who are actually fraudulent, who obtain whatever measures of money and wealth that they've obtained, that they've been able to gather from fraudulent activity, and now they are getting caught. Stop trying to pretend to be what it is you are. And if people can't accept you for who it is you are, regardless of the race, nationality, no matter what it is, forget them. We have to be able to step into the corridors or in rooms where there are other people and be able to understand who it is we are, even when other people are projecting to us who they are. When we understand who we are, we'll be able to discern the reality and the truth behind who this person is and what is it they're supposed to bring. And then those are the rooms that we need to be in order for us to change our community. We have to step outside of this ease. We got to understand, forget what's going on with the government, because all I hear everybody talk about the government. I don't think everything that's happened with the government is bad. I'm just sorry. I just don't. I'm more conservative than I am liberal. I'll just say that. But I'm also more Christian than I am black. And some people are on this agenda. Well, black this, black that, and then black. You're more black than you're more pro black than you are Christian, which makes absolutely no sense to me. So we have to. It doesn't, because I'll be honest with you, God is colorless. If one thing it is, God would be, if there was a fault of God, he would be colorblind. Because he only desires those that worship him in spirit and in truth. He's not looking at the color. He's not looking at the ethnic gender or the ethnicity. He's not looking at that. He doesn't care about that. He just wants people with a true heart. He looks at the heart, not at the outward appearance of an individual, but God is focused on the heart. So you have to begin to see yourself the way God sees you. You can't love anybody else the right way until you first learn how to love yourself the way that God loves you. And we don't know how to do that. And this is why that first element that I talked about, confusing you with regard to God, manipulating you to believe that, God is against you. So now you hate God, and the very thing that can deliver you from up under the oppression, watch this, of your oppressor. Now, not even your oppressor, now of you, because now we're oppressing ourselves because we're refusing to allow in us that butterfly that's in us to flourish, to come to life. The very thing that you need is God. That's a master plan. I'm going to get you to hate the only thing that can deliver you. And once you hate it, you're going to always, because I'm the one that presented it to you in a way that was negative, but as opposed to you going to the research and do what's necessary, understanding that it's only by the grace of God that you are where you are. It's only by the grace of God that you can be in this place that you're in. So listen, that's what I have to say, man. We got to change our attitude and our mind. We got to think differently. Don't be conformed to the patterns of the world. Forget what everybody else is doing. Find you in this space that you have while you still have time. You can't manage time because you don't control it, but you can manage what it is you do within the context of time that it is you have. Work on managing you. Stop trying to manage the external things that happen around you. Work on managing you. Become a better manager of you so that you can be an example of other people how to do what it is you do. You can be an example of how to measure yourself within the context of time, how to manage yourself within the context of time that you've been granted. Use your time wisely. Stop wasting time. Stop worrying about what it is you don't have. Learn how to appreciate the things that you have in your possession right now. Enjoy what it is you have, and learn how to live this life so that you can be an example for somebody else to live this life to the best of their ability and become the best version of the person God created them to be.